Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Nicoli, and welcome back for another amazing, empowering podcast. Today, I'm interviewing, fresh off of her ABC interview and primetime TV appearance, April J. Ford. She is a best-selling author, and I believe in her message and her products so much, I actually became an affiliate. So make sure you visit my link at JNL and check it out. She's inspiring the world one person, one woman at a time with her own personal story of how she overcame her own personal trials and tribulations. So with that being said, let me bring on April J. Ford on the line today. How are you, April?
Thank you. Thank you, JNL. I'm beautiful and happy and blessed to be here.
I'm excited, and not only that, you're busy. So you're beautiful, blessed, and you're also busy. You're busy inspiring people one by one, and I'm thrilled because you actually were part of Marina's Fitness Model Factory one-day mega event this past summer, and you really wowed her, wowed me, and you're now coming to the World Conference in January here. You're going to be a keynote speaker, and I know you just launched a new product, and I gave out my own affiliate link. And tell us about this new book that you have that's really helping people change their lives.
Yeah, so the new product that I featured on ABC is called the 4-Step 4Rs Mind, Body, and Soul program. And yes, it's the Mind, Body, and Soul program. What the 4 steps is, it's a simple outline, and it stands for recognize, respond, reevaluate, and rebalance.
Wow.
So those are the key simple 4 steps that I've outlined so that everybody, it's so simple that they can find their own equation for happiness, success, and prosperity. You know, everybody has their own definition. If I ask you or ask somebody else, you know, your definition of success might be different than mine. What makes me happy might be different than somebody else's, but following these simple 4-step outline will work for anybody.
Wow, I love it. And I like how you made it a formula. This is like Albert Einstein's E = MC squared. You plug in your own factors and it works for you. What is your happy button? You know, everyone has their own happy button. It's going to be different for me, from you, to everyone else. And I like how you said, look, this is a personalized plan. So what can I expect? Say someone wants to try it out, and they go to JNLsteps2success.com. They go to see your beautiful book. If they download the book and they download this amazing product, what are some of the things that they will get when they go?
Okay, so before I jump into that, let me back up a little bit. When you said it was a formula, my philosophy in the book is it's actually an equation, because an equation is something that you can change. Whereas a formula, you know, like Einstein's formula of E = MC squared, those are defined variables that never change, right?
Right.
Whereas our lives, the dynamics of our lives change as we evolve. You know, factors and elements change, and we have to reassess different stages in our life. So I see it as more of an equation.
Oh, that's great. So this is good. This is good. And even when you go to the website, you know, you can enter in your name and your email address, which I subscribe to your newsletter, and I get great updates from you. And you're getting that spiritual food. You know, when I wrote the Mind, Body, and Soul Diet, I talked about how you have to really keep yourself mentally and spiritually empowered and fed and motivated. It's not only about the exercising, eat this, do this exercise, you'll be happy and lose weight. No, it's about creating balance in an unbalanced world. So, you know, even my own best-selling books, I talk about that, how you're able to control certain things. What is it that makes this 4Rs program different from other self-help programs?
Well, 2 things. And the thing is, it's, again, mind, body, and soul. A lot of the books out there just focus on the theories of the mind and body, and they really don't delve into the soul, because I don't think it's just in our society that we live in. It's not broadcasted out there in the media as far as, okay, what is the soul? Do we recognize the soul? Do we pray or do we meditate? And what, like I said, what else does it come with? And people download this downloadable ebook. It's a PDF, so it doesn't matter if you have a Nook or iPad or a Kindle. You know what? You're going to get real life examples and experiences and methods that work. I mean, you're going to get self-assessments and worksheets. real examples of the workout routines that I've done and the workout routines that I'm learning from you, and becoming a JNL master.
Trainer. Yes. We're excited to really certify you as a JNL Fusion Master Trainer. Another feather in your cap there with all your column of accolades. And you're just fresh off your ABC appearance. You created the 4 steps for our program that will work for anyone at any stage in their life. That's what I love. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to better yourself. And I think also, April, you'll agree with me that what we do too little of is self-reflect. At this time, especially during this time, the new year coming up, we need to really reflect to see what happened in the past year and then really say, okay, let me create my successes. Let me design my destiny. Let me actually see how I can create my success and to calibrate it with the right variables, as you say on your website here. Even if you just go to the website, again, JNLStepsToSuccess.com. Why is it called Steps to Success? Because you're going to get the 4 R's. Go through the 4 R's again for us.
And it's recognize, respond, reevaluate, and rebalance. And like you said, it's time to reflect, which is, recognizing what's working in my life, what's not. What do I want to accomplish a month from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, maybe even 3 or 5 years? What are your goals, and how do I come up with a plan to respond to what I'm trying to achieve? And then, once you figure out a plan, since I do wellness coaching, I come up with a plan with my clients. How do you respond? You create a plan, and then say 60 to 90 days later, you reevaluate, am I on the right track? What are my milestones I can hit? And then when things are working out, just do a self-check, right? Do a little bit of tweaking here and there and rebalance. Our life is not going to be static. It's always changing. It's dynamic. So make those necessary changes and rebalance your equation.
Oh, I love it. And you said something very important there. Check yourself. Take a little assessment. And what makes your program special is that you've been there. You're not preaching from the pulpit saying, do this, do that. I'm holier than thou. April, you have another book that you really talk about from the depths of your own personal soul. I know why I should listen to you. I know why I approved you to come to the World Conference. I know why you're going to really empower and motivate the masses. But what if you can just talk to that person that might be listening to this and say, you know what, why do I need to listen to this lady? What does she know that I don't know already? Kind of sum up your story and what you've overcome, and also really what you've been able to become your own, expert in this field of self-help, of personal and professional development. Kind of give us, not really in a nutshell, but share your own personal story of triumphs so people listening can really get to know you.
Sure. Yeah, so in my first book, like you said, Chase the Challenge and Conquer, I revealed a lot of my personal stories, a lot of my inner pains and emotions and experiences, good and bad, success and failures. And you know what, like you said, I've been there and I've done that. That doesn't mean I'm perfect and I know everything. I'm still on my own personal journey and spiritual path and learning, but what I've learned is that I'm here to share what I've learned. I mean, I've gone through becoming a widow recently.
Now, how old were you when you became a widow?
It was 2 years ago, so I was 32 years old.
Wow.
I have kids.
How many kids again, so everyone can hear?
2. I have 2 kids.
Wow. And do you ever ask yourself, why? Why me? I'm the victim. Pity party on me. You're just so empowered. What is in your secret sauce? How can we get some of that power that you are living your life with?
Well, let me just back up. It's just not about one thing happening. Oh, okay, well, I'm not a widow. I can't relate to her. Or I'm not a single parent. I mean, it's everything, whether it's dealing with finances or mental, physical, or sexual abuse or fearing for my life, dealing with stress, depression, resentment, and even weight gain, right? All that. I've been there, and it's a story that I feel compelled to share with everyone. And I think my secret sauce is just having my beliefs, my faith, knowing that there is a choice that you can make And like I said, don't just throw a pity party. I mean, it's okay to be depressed and stressed for a while, but where is that going to get you at the end of the day?
Absolutely. So guess what? You're just proven exactly that you're living the example. You're really you're listening to the own sermon that you're preaching and living that. You are a living example of your own 4-step for our program for the mind, body, and soul, because you're so evolved, you're so enlightened. You're going to continue to fight the good fight and be there for your kids and not crumble and go to drugs or alcohol or become an addict and just say, woe is me, and give up and give in. But no, you're helping other people heal themselves. That's why I really applaud you. And I booked you as a keynote speaker at my 2013 JNL World Conference because of your message. And you're going to be speaking to our 80-plus VIP women who are coming from every corner of the globe, from as far as Australia, from all over Europe, Scotland, even one from Nigeria. Yes, Canada, all over. And they're going to hear you speak. And I really wanted you to talk about your before photo. And I love your metaphor of your before photo, and kind of give those that have not been selected or can't come for other reasons or just are not in a good situation mentally right now to come, but give them a little sneak peek of what you're going to be talking about at your keynote speech at the World Conference.
Okay. Well, the thing is, if you're not able to be there, I am accessible. If you want to email me personally, I can give that out at the end of the podcast. But it is in the 4-step 4 R's Mind, Body, and Soul book. Again, it's the downloadable PDF ebook. And it's in there. You'll see a picture of what I refer to as the real before picture. And you'll see in there, and it's a silhouette of what I really looked like inside before I competed at my first fitness competition. What was about a year and a half ago, or last year. Just last year and a half ago.
Yeah. What was it?
So it's a picture of what I look like inside, and what was going on inside is that I was being driven by emotions, deprivation, and stress. Wow. And you know what? Right after my fitness competition, it showed what was going on inside, because
huge.
I gained 25 or 30 pounds. I mean, I had, in that picture, you'll see the silhouette.
You gained 25 pounds after your competition?
Yes, 25
Okay, you're hitting a big nail on the head with that, because people think that fitness is a one-time event. It's a one-time competition. You're going to be judged on how great you look, how tanned you are, how orange you are, how little your body fat is, how many hours you spend in the gym, and how many carbs you don't eat. I really love that you're shedding the light, that's almost an extreme form of anorexism, and that people are actually really killing themselves by doing that. And you were fed up, and you bloated out, 25 pounds gained. And tell me what it felt like at that moment.
Well, like I said, I was driven by emotions, deprivation, and stress, and it just showed by, the internal factors coming out. I mean, I was, as I explained in the picture, I was holding on to anger and fear, shying away and denying from depression, carrying a lot of resentment and feeling doubt and anxiety, and on and on and on. And it just showed with, my choices in eating, my eating habits, my emotions of taking care of myself.
So how did you heal yourself? We've all been there. I've been there. I know what it feels like to be destitute. I know. And you know what? You can't heal yourself until you've been there, and I've been there. So what did you do to pick yourself up from your bootstraps and to get back on your horse and to actually ride off into paradise and actually get your mind right? What was it?
It was a combination of everything. And this is what really inspired me to create the 4-step 4 R's program, is because, for my first book, the best-selling book, Chase the Challenge and Conquer, my most famous question that I addressed on ABC was, well, just like you asked a few minutes ago, JNL, how are you able to be so happy and successful after all that you've gone through, especially with all the tragedies, even at a young age? You know what? I had to ask myself that very question. Like, look in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, am I am I still that happy, healthy person now, or am I going to have to answer that question for myself? Because I was at a point where I had to reset my own variables.
Yes.
I was just at a point I had to reset my own variables and create another, or modify and rebalance my equation. And I knew it was within me. I mean, I've overcome so many tragedies and hardships in my life. I knew I had it in me to do it. I just had to figure out how to, jumble this equation that was so messed up.
Right. And it really goes to those daily rituals that take the same amount of energy. We can choose to go through the drive-thru and get the fat burger, or we can choose to take 5 minutes and make a healthy salad, or go to our gourmet wrap deli and get something healthy. We can choose to do 5 minutes of gossiping and being jealous of others and envious of others, or we can take 5 minutes to meditate and pray daily and work on our own personal goals. Right? It's like we have the same time.
Making that choice.
Right. We make the choice, and we can really help each other and help ourselves. It's all about healing, and I really connect with your book, because even going back to my book, Mind, Body, Soul Diet, I talk about the word healing. The word healing is so important. This is wakey, everyone listening. No one is going to pull you from the side lines of your life and say, come here, let me heal you, okay? You have to do it yourself. How do you do it yourself? You get the right tools from women who know what it feels like to be there in that spot that you're in, and they've been able to get them own selves out of that destitute crab shack of just a bunch of crabs crawling all over each other trying to get out. Got out of there and said, you know what, I'm not going to take part of that anymore. I'm going to clean up my mental space, clean up the area around me, do what's right for me, not self-inflict pain or drama or negativity into my life, and then plan a workout regimen, a nutritional plan, a realistic timeline that fits into your personality and lifestyle. I'm reading right from your book, Develop a Plan. It just almost seems like common sense for us now, but this is my message for everyone listening. So I really, really urge you, if all you do today after you listen to this podcast is to go to JNL Steps for success.com and even just enter your name and your email address to get some kind of positive newsletter coming into your inbox, or even take the big leap and spend the, $39, is it, for this complete program? No, $29.95. You're kidding me.
Right, and you're getting, knowledge. I work with industry experts, including yourself, in there. That's knowledge from people who are experts in their field. You're getting self-assessments, you're getting worksheets, you're getting examples of workout routines, supplements, nutrition, methods for healing, like you mentioned.
Right.
You're getting all this, only for $29.
I can't believe it, because I want to say this. I've been in the self-help industry for a while now, and I've seen a lot of different prices, different experts, different gurus. And I know even from coaching, I talk to people, April, and they said, I just, I've been going to my psychologist. I'm still going over some issues when my husband cheated on me, or my mom abandoning me when I was little, or sexual abuse. And they're paying $250 an hour, and what they're doing is the psychologist is only stirring up the pot and making things worse and stirring up the emotions. They're not giving them a workbook, a plan of action, a survey to take. They're just sitting there saying, tell me about it. They're not helping you heal. These are tools, tips, and techniques that will help. You're not paying $250. You're paying under $30, and you're getting something that you could do on your time. When the kids go to bed, you open up your ebook, you do your worksheets, and you feel better going to bed. The sense of peace that you get from doing any kind of workbook or worksheet or seminar like this through the ebook is priceless. You cannot put a monetary amount on this. So even with $30, it's a great gift to give to yourself for the holiday season. I mean, I enjoy reading mine, and I enjoyed it so much I became an affiliate. So I know right now, if you make a small investment in yourself, you will be growing leaps and bounds. Why make a New Year resolution? Those are weak, impotent, right, April? We want to make you have a New Year evolution, evolve mentally, physically, emotionally, through your own mindset. This is why I love the 4 R's. And it's not a 12-step program. That's too many steps. This is 4 steps, okay? That's too many steps. steps. Like, I believe there's 1, 2, 3, and after 3, there's many. It is 4 is like 4, So there's 4 simple steps, and I really believe that it's important. And you got so many people giving you testimonials on how great your program is, and this is great. So this is huge. Happiness and success comes from an equation. So what if someone wants to get started? What do you say they do? They go on, they go to JNLstepsforsuccess.com, they download the book. What's the first thing they should do when they get an email to them, April?
Well, go ahead and download the book, and it's easily outlined, like, again, in the 4 steps, and I am willing to extend, 25% to all the JNL Fusion sisters out there.
Wow.
Off my wellness coaching. So email me at AprilJFord at joysofyah.com, and that's spelled JOYSOFYAH.com. And I'm willing, to sit down with you, whether it's face-to-face or over Skype, online, email, whatever works for you. I'm up pretty late at night, so it doesn't matter. I'm willing to extend my services of, 25% off my wellness coaching to all the JNL Fusion sisters out there and get you started. Let's create a plan that will work for you.
Yes, and I know we all need it. We all need that real VIP one-on-one coaching. And I believe this is great for everyone, whether you really are in a difficult time in your life. And I think it goes back to building up your emotional muscles. Because, like you were saying, you were driven by your emotions, right? And I think that's one major point that I really recognized when I was reading the 4-step for our program is that women are wired to be really emotional. More on the weak side. And I want to really get this out. It's okay to be a little bit more emotionally tough, and I think it's absolutely essential, especially if you want to be a leader and not let life rub you the wrong way or let life mow you over. So if you want to really not only get methods of healing or, even the real examples of workout routines and stuff and all that, it's really going to help you get a little bit more of a backbone, a little bit more confidence, and I think that's really what women need more now more than ever because, April, we know what it feels like to be a mom, to do the carpool, to do the to-dos, to do the grocery shopping, to do all of that. We wear so many hats at once. No wonder women are on the brink of a mental breakdown. So what this does to you, it's giving you that mental insurance, that confidence knowing that no matter what life throws your way, you're going to be able to take that ball and do a slam dunk, make a home run. Right. And absolutely.
It's a holistic approach, right? We're not just talking about working out or looking good or eating the right thing. It's
superficial.
A holistic approach to your mind, body, and soul. You need all 3 factors to work in cohesion.
Absolutely. And I know there are 4 R's, but what would you say is the one R that really is important or that you want to really showcase or that is really near and dear to you that actually helped you on your own personal journey of healing?
I would say recognize, because that's the hardest step. It's the hardest step to realize, what, my life changed, this isn't working, why isn't it working, what do I want to do to work, how do I get it to work? I think that's, the very first step is just to recognize, like, where do you want to be in your life, what's working and what's not, and who do I go to for help if I need help?
Absolutely. It's hard to really kind of stop and just take a good look in the mirror, and to do, like what we said earlier in our podcast, to then actually take the time to self-reflect, to really then recognize what is working, what is not working. I believe in the power of questions and asking empowering questions. What can I do better in my life? How can I become better? And to recognize what is and what isn't working. And it's really sad to know that some women honestly say to themselves, nothing's working, nothing. I have the wrong people around me. I have the wrong people in my ear. I have the wrong people.
You're in the wrong job.
You're in the wrong job. You're in the wrong, it's like, well, this is why I really did invent the whole JNL World Conference, so women can actually physically remove themselves in a maybe such a toxic environment or maybe a not good place. They can come to a loving, super supportive environment to listen to keynote speakers as yourself and to even become affiliates and help promote the message of self-healing, self-love, self-respect. And if you don't love yourself and respect yourself, no one else will. And I think that's a real big underlying thread in your 4-step for our program.
Mm-hmm. And also self-forgiveness. That's what we always tend to miss. We don't tend to, forgive ourselves and taking the first step. That, if you fail at something, it's okay. Learn from it. Learn from others. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself down.
Let's really talk about the self-inflicted guilt trips, and that is a big one. And I want to really even address that. And thank you for bringing that up, April, because I think women are secretly sabotaging themselves from their own personal joy and happiness, and because they're pushing their own guilt button. I'm not a good enough mom. I'm not a good enough sister. I'm not a good enough daughter. Okay, stop trying to be the superhero woman and just take care of yourself for a minute, and you can be a better person. Learn to say no more than yes. Actually have your goals on your vision board so you can stay true to your own personal life's journey and not be bombarded by everyone else's to-dos and demands on you, right?
Right.
Tell me about guilt and how you can actually coach women to stop inflicting the guilt trips on themselves.
Well, like I said, I'm just like everybody else. I'm not perfect, and I've been down that path. I mean, I have 2 kids, like I said, and I get into that mind trap, too, of, oh, my gosh, I got to spend more time with my kids. I got to do this. I got to do that, which if I say that story to somebody else, they're already saying, well, you're already doing that, so what else are you trying to do, you superwoman? But the bottom line is, I do have to carve out 30 or 40 minutes a day of making sure I get my workout and getting my meditation or prayer or getting my reading or my writing and something that sparks my own passion and inspiration so that I can give the love, right? I mean, you have to start with love within before you can actually give and share it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? This is, I love the 4-step for our program. Again, if you're just now joining us and listening, please visit my affiliate link, JNLsteps4success.com, and I'll tell you why. We're busy. We're moms. We do a lot for a lot of people and not all the time enough for ourselves. So if you want to start really scheduling in your own to-do time to be able to get your 4 steps in to help you recognize what you're doing right and wrong, to help you to respond to that and then reevaluate and rebalance so you actually can then recreate your own life that you want to really, have the passion back in your life, have that hop back in your step. Every day you feel like someone is pushing your fun button. If you don't know where your fun button is and you don't have one anymore, this will actually help you find it and push it daily to make you enjoy life, to be a better mom. How is it when our kids see us that we're frazzled, not fun, we're bitter, not better, we're jaded, not joyful, we're sour, we're sour, not sweet. This will actually, I think, put that nice, quiet, calming, centered, rebalanced energy back in you. So you're actually a funner mom, you're more fun, and you're actually enjoying life more. Stop stealing your own joy. So for only not even $250, not even $200, not even $150, not even for $50, not even for $49, not even $39, under $30, $29.97. You're getting a complete program that you won't even feel guilty to do because you can do it in the bed while the kids are asleep at night.
Right, do it at your
own. That's the beauty of it. That is huge. And really, why did you create this program? And I know that we're almost coming to an end here on our interview podcast, but why is, for me, one of the strongest questions. Why it shows the passion behind why you're doing something. It really shows the reason why. But why did you create? Why, after your first best-selling book, why did you create this next ebook?
Well, my motto with this new ebook and my Joys of Y'all company is to really share and spread the joys and blessings that I have to offer to the world. I mean, everybody can relate to what I've gone through, and it doesn't have to do anything with fitness. It can, entail relationships or your career or finances. Yes. All the elements, the fundamentals are there. And it's for me to share,
yes,
I've gone through to make sure that people can take away, even if it's just one piece of information, and apply it to their own life.
Yes.
Right?
That's huge. And again, how did it make you feel when you competed at the competition? Did you feel adequate enough, not good enough? Did you place? What was your story there?
Being on stage, yeah. I mean, being on that stage, I overcame a lot of confidence issues being on a bikini on stage, and I did great at my show performing.
Wow.
But it was just afterwards. My family and I went on the cruise after the Las Vegas show a few days out, and it was like an avalanche just hit.
Yeah.
Just hit me.
Wow.
And it just kept adding up and adding up and adding up, and that was a time for me to recognize that this is not me. This is not what I want, and what do I need to do to change and get back on that happy and successful and prosperous path that I know how to go.
That is huge. And you know what? I see now in your photos, you're happy, you're glowing. And speaking of photos, you did do a huge, amazing, fabulous job at the West Coast Fitness Model Factory one-day mega event. What was the experiences that you took from that, and even working with marvelous Marina, who's the master of motivation? I mean, this podcast would not be complete without me mentioning her. Big ups to Marina. Alex Sensor there, Bikini Mommy Online on the West Coast for the Fitness Model Factory. West Coast president. She's amazing. What did you experience there at the Fitness Model Factory?
Going there, I just love working with Marina. Even before getting there, we talked on the phone with the interview and the selection process. She is just a bunch of beautiful, radiant light that I just embraced. Her beauty, because it just comes from within, and it's genuine support. The women there, gosh, I'm so speechless as a writer right now. They're just empowering. They're very empowering, influential, and they know where they want to go in life. And not only that, they're willing to help other women. It's not about competing and stepping over the next person next to you. It's about holding their hand and
absolutely.
saying, let's do this together.
Isn't that refreshing? Isn't it so refreshing? That's what I saw in the industry that was really lacking. It was so catty. Women were so jaded, so just bitter, and just sour. And I was like, golly, it was just so disgusting. They're so quote-unquote beautiful on the outside. But on the inside, it was just such toxic energy. And so I'm really excited that we've been able to build this. Now it's a trend. If you see other magazines, people are writing about their sisters and their sisterhood. And I want to really say, look, okay, game over. This is not a joke. This is not a fluke. This is serious business here. I believe in the energy that you put out. And if you put on that face for a minute, people only see your true colors. This is serious.
Right.
This is why the World Conference is going on its third year. We're attracting more highly qualified, super professional, best-selling authors who are doing huge key media appearances, and they're coming to speak at my World Conference to empower other women. This is why it's so rewarding. And not only that, we're getting everyone certified in the hottest fitness method to date, JNL Fusion. Can you just say maybe a sentence or two how it feels to actually have another certification add to your columns of accolades, that you're joining the elite ranks of JNL Fusion master trainers so you can help other women get max results in minimum time and really demystify all the confusion out there?
Well, not only, I enjoy fitness and health, personally, I integrated it into the 4-Step 4 Hours program. That's when I was able to respond and include it to my development plan. But, it's for me to also apply it, or if one of my wellness clients, if they'd like to learn the methods too, sure, I'll teach them. It's just another tool to use.
Absolutely. And for busy moms like you and me, do it in the living room. We have some other JNL Fusion sisters do it in their kitchen. It's really amazing to see how empowering people can get with something so simple. And this is, yes. And you know what? You created the 4 R's out of your own personal frustrations of needing a plan to say, look, this is how you do it. This is a blueprint. This is the treasure map. X marks the spot. If you get from here to the X, you're good. So thank you for adding so much value to my JNL World Conference, you being a keynote speaker, best-selling author, now with this ebook. Wait a minute, the best for last. Can we talk about the JNL Masterclass and why you enrolled?
Oh, wow.
By the way, I want to say the reason why we actually are able to celebrate getting this information, and I really believe that information is power. So ladies, JNL Nation, everyone listening, again, go to JNL Steps to Success, actually stepsforsuccess.com, and you'll see what we're talking about here. This website is up, and tell us how it was able to get up so quickly and actually, you know, why it's actually part of the JNL Masterclass, if you will.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you included it as part of that. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we're going to showcase you. Yes, this is going to be big.
Yeah, so I'm also going to be in Matthew's teaching the class, the JNL Masterclass in Miami, and it's a vehicle that I would recommend for anybody promoting their business, their message. You know, Matthew is really simple and easy to work with. I know there's a lot of late nights we were working on emails. I was tweaking my messages on websites and my product, and there's a time zone difference, but you know what, everything just worked, and I would recommend for anybody looking to, who's serious about, you know, their messages and creating their own business.
And this is great because it is very empowering, and now that we're celebrating getting a huge, major self-empowerment, personal and professional development program launched into the masses. With one click of a button, with under $30, you're going to get high-end quality content that's actually going to help you increase the quality of your lifestyle, add value to your life, help you rediscover your passions again, get real with yourself on a simple 4-step program. That's the power of just knowing what to do, the power of creating an ebook that can help heal people within an instant, with a click of a button. You know, we're really, really living in the day of age where we just take so much for granted, and this is what gets me excited because women, you can get up off the couch, stop crying victim, stop doing the woe is me song, and get an empowerment tool for under $30 right now. And it's all due to what we're doing at the World Conference and getting this high-quality content out there to you. Now, how does that make you feel, April, that you're actually able to do that and do that so quickly? Because, you know, how long did it take you to get this up?
You know what? Not actually the website. You're referring to the website?
Yeah, the website, yeah.
The website didn't even take that long. I would say no more than 4 to 6 weeks. I mean,
it's amazing. And it looks great.
Not even 4 to 6 weeks.
And you're able to help so many. This is so rewarding. So with that being said, anything else that you'd like to share with JNL Nation? Any personal message, anything that you want to share from your heart? And you can then mention your websites again and also your email where everyone can reach you.
Okay. Well, I'm counting down the days for Miami. We're only about a month away.
Ring the bell.
Be, you know, your keynote speaker and being certified as a JNL Fusion Master Trainer, attending the Master Class as well. And again, give the gift to yourself. Like JNL said, it's only under $30 for the knowledge and worksheets and program that you're getting. That's you're worth more than that $30. So I would recommend you highly not only get the product, but you're going to get access to me as well.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm providing 25% off my wellness coaching services if you email me, hey, I'm a JNL Fusion sister. Again, my email, aprilj.ford@joysofyah.com, and it's JOYSOFYAH.com. And the 4-Step 4 Hours website is www.4step4rs.com. It's number 4. Simple and easy.
It's amazing. We're going to see you in the new year, April. We're going to see you at the JNL 2013 World Conference, and we're going to see you at the JNL Masterclass, and we're going to see you on ABC. And it's so amazing. Yeah. So this is huge. You're getting amazing, high-quality self-improvement healing guide plan emailed directly to you from a best-selling author, not just someone that said, oh, I'm going to write an ebook and put it up on a website. No, best-selling author. She's been there. She's living it. She's the real deal, day in, day out, fighting for her kids, helping herself through helping others. I urge you guys, go to JNLSteps2Success.com even simply get the $29.99 improvement plan. It's going to help you heal yourself. And then we want to hear about your success stories. And in closing,
yes,
April,
email us.
Yeah, if people order now,
accessible.
if people go to the JNLStepsToSuccess.com and order now, they're actually entered into an email pool to receive a free. It's like a drawing that you're doing. It's like a drawing for a free coaching session. Is that correct?
Yes. So each week, anybody that buys the ebook product will qualify for a free initial consultation that's valued at $125.
Wow.
Our personalized consultation, free. And again, that's another bargain you should take advantage of, getting one-on-one personalized access.
Absolutely. That's huge. Well, you heard it here first, everyone. April J. Ford, best-selling author. She is on a mission to help motivate the masses. You'll see her at the JNL World Conference doing her keynote speech. And get this book. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself. I really believe in her message so much I became an affiliate. JNL Success, StepsToSuccess.com. April, I really am excited. Thank you for your time. And all the people listening out there. No, thank you. And all the people listening out there, if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you. And until next time, smile and be well.